but the women's game is generally faster than the men's.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet today's teams. First up for the visitors, the starters. Mercyhurst, you have number 4, William Warney. A 6-foot sophomore, number 11, Deshaun Sampson. A sophomore, number 20, Ariel Perry. Number 23, Janae Boa. And a freshman, number 33, Ramani Gerard. Mercyhurst led by the head coach, Shannon Wilson. And now, for your Lady Lakers. On the point for the Lakers, you have number 22, Keisha Henderson. A sophomore guard, number 33, Molly Walsh. A forward, number 4, Nicole Upshaw. She stands at 5'11", a sophomore, number 30, Mercedes Hobbs. And a 6-foot sophomore, number 52, Melanie Primer. The Lakers play on the head coach, Amanda Gonzalez, assisted by Roger Wilson and Jim Galloway.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Lakeland Community College, and it's Lakeland versus Mercyhurst Northeast. Lakeland will be in the white and Mercyhurst in the green.
And this is going to be a fast-paced game right now. Lakeland is now 5-0, while Mercyhurst is 2-3 right now. So this might be a pretty good, interesting game right now.
And now we're
about ready for the tip-off. What?
And here's the tip. And controlled by Lakeland. And
off to number 22.
To Keisha Henderson.
Who hands it off to number 30.
Oh.
Number 30 back to number 4. Back to 33. Back to 22. To 52.
Up under the hoop. And a score for Lakeland. And up the court.
Here comes
over to
Mercyhurst.
11. Back to 4. Over to 23.
Off to number 20. It's like off to number
4
4.
for 3.
Lays it up.
And
ooh, no good.
Rebound Lakeland.
Catching on the rebound. Here comes number 22.
Controlled by Henderson. Up and a foul.
Yep.
That'll be Mercyhurst first. And the inbounds pass goes to Henderson.
There we go.
Over to Primer. Nope, to Walsh, excuse me. Up. And the steal. Mercyhurst brings it up.
Here comes number 11. Holland still. Off to 23.
Back
to
over
number
to 4. That's the top of the key. Around for 2.
Oh.
Over the hoop. And brought in by Henderson. Up court. And up. Oh, tipped out by Mercyhurst. And Henderson brings it back in. Over to Hobbs. Nope, over to Primer.
Here comes Upshaw. Back to Henderson.
Nope. Oh, for 3. Off the board and rebound by Mercyhurst.
Mercyhurst drives it.
Up for 3. Rebound goes to Lakeland.
All right.
Over to Upshaw, who sets.
Puts it up. No good.
Backboard and rebounded by Mercyhurst. Oh, near steal. It is still Mercyhurst ball as it was knocked out.
Possession will remain in Mercyhurst. And in the game, Mercyhurst got number 34, Jacob Steele, and number 35, Bianca Buckley.
And Sampson will inbound. Nope. We have a buzzer.
I'm not sure what's going on that one.
We have. And
We're waiting for people to.
okay, we're waiting for people to come in. All right then.
All right.
All right, and that's Sampson with the bound. Up, over inside, and there's a 2 for Mercyhurst. All right, Henderson takes it up. So up, over to Upshaw. Back down to Hobbs. Over to Walsh. Back over to Henderson. Dribble drive. Nope. Hobbs from deep. Nope.
Oh,
backward.
no good.
Bring
Puts it back
brought
in.
back inbounds by
Oh.
Upshaw and out of bounds on Mercyhurst. Lakeland ball.
Yeah, that seems to be happening a lot. It's just constantly. It's like going
Just
up.
constant tips. Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
primer under the basket. Up, and there's a 2 for Lakeland.
And here comes Mercyhurst, number 4. It's like Farnley coming up.
Back over for 3, and that is a 3 for Steele.
Here goes
Henderson driving, lays it up
Oh.
with a foul. Here come 2 shots. And yep, 2 shots, and Henderson first shot. It's up and no good.
She got one more shot on this one.
And shot goes up. And
Oh,
it's good.
got it.
Now 5 all.
Here comes Mercyhurst.
Over to Perrin, and
there he
Perrin
goes.
brings it. Nope.
Right now
No.
it's 5-5 Lakers.
Nope.
Mercyhurst.
7-5.
comes Henderson. Up.
Hobbs over to Upshaw.
Over to Henderson. Lays it up.
Henderson lays up.
No good.
No good.
Picked off by number 20. Yep.
Perrin. Ariel Perrin.
All right. Number 11.
Oh, and foul call before the. No, traveling. Okay.
Yeah, substitution.
And Tierra Martin comes in.
Yep.
Henderson brings it up court.
Sierra had 13 points in the win last week.
And it's also Tierra apparently had 13 points in the win last week. Up and drive. Oh, stolen by Lakeland.
Here it comes.
Up.
Here it comes.
Oh, and offensive foul. Charging.
That was a good sell.
Off.
She did it wrong.
And Forney brings it up.
Yep.
Over to Perrin for deep. Nope, rebounded by Lakeland.
Here comes
Henderson
Henderson.
brings it up
Nope.
in traffic and
Oh.
fouled.
Yeah. It's
Basket's not in, but she'll get 2 shots.
oh, yeah.
Foul on Buckley.
Coming up for 2. Here comes Henderson. Steps up.
Shot is up. No good.
And we have a substitution. It's like number 10, Elena Stokes coming in.
And Gerard comes back in for Mercyhurst.
And here comes Henderson.
Henderson up again, and that one is
Got
good.
Got it.
7-6 Mercyhurst.
Here comes Mercyhurst.
Henderson comes up to okay, passed off. Over to Steele, back down. Oh, there's Forney from 3.
Ooh, no good.
Off the rim, and ball goes to
Out of bounds.
Lakeland.
Lakers now have possession of the ball. Here comes Henderson.
Moving up.
Off to
Going
Stokes.
Back to
Then passes it
Upshaw.
off to Upshaw. Back to Stokes.
Over to Primer. Back there.
Back to Henderson.
Henderson
Back to Stokes.
for 3.
There we go.
For 3. Nope.
Ooh.
Rebounded by Primer, though.
Yeah.
Back down, and there goes
Back to
Upshaw again.
Upshaw. Here comes Upshaw.
Nope.
Oh!
Oh! Over to Mercyhurst.
Oh.
And foul. Foul by Lakeland. Mercyhurst will get 2 shots.
Yeah, despite the number of fouls and the number of despite the number of fouls, and the number of problems that they're having, this actually seems to be a pretty good game going on.
Yes, absolutely.
And Mercyhurst lays it up for 2.
No, the first free throw for Sampson is good,
All right, and here comes the next one.
and second is good as well.
All right. Now it's 6-9 Mercyhurst. Off to Henderson. Here comes Henderson.
And Mercyhurst playing.
Oh.
Mercyhurst was playing a very, very tight up-court defense there.
Particularly,
Looked
it's like
really
when
good.
it comes to Henderson, if you notice, it's like they are starting to encircle her around now.
Yes.
Because they know it's like she's coming up. She has a good shot at it, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
And here comes number 11. It's like for Mercyhurst, Sampson. Off to number 2. It's like Dolan.
And that's off on
that's
Lakeland.
off.
Upshaw knocks it out.
Yeah. Sorry if I'm talking over you. I'm just trying to keep as much of a fast pace as possible with this.
That's understandable. And Mercyhurst inbound. Over to Doolin. Oh, under the basket. And no, off of Anna Ross and Lakeland ball.
Here comes Henderson. And like I said, they're starting to block her.
Yep.
Up.
Oh, and there. Nope. No, Michelle Primer could not handle that ball. Back to Mercyhurst.
Because Mercyhurst
Brings it up. Up tipped.
Ooh.
Tipped by Henderson.
Henderson's got it back. Oh.
And foul.
Oh, and that didn't look good.
No.
But she gets up and shakes it off.
Yep, foul on Sampson for the first. And Newmore inbounds to Henderson, and Mercyhurst backs off their defense.
Henderson looking for a shot.
Up to Upshaw, back over to Newmore. Newmore 4-3 hits it. And it's now tied at 9.
And here comes Forney.
And
Off to Dolan.
And there's a 2 for Mercyhurst. Gerard with that 2 under the basket. And Henderson brings back up court. Over to Upshaw, back to Newmore. Over
Back
to
to
Stokes. Henderson pushes in.
Oh, no good.
Shots long,
Pick
but
back.
Henderson gets it back. Blocked.
Yeah.
Blocked by Ross, but foul on the play.
Now that was actually pretty damn good.
Yeah, that was a very good under the basket.
All right.
Very good under the basket playing right there. And you don't expect a point guard like Henderson to be good in the box, but she's doing rather well with that offensive board.
Yeah, it's and to be honest, is that they now
And
is that
first
she
free
seems to
throw
be the
is
one.
good.
All right. She seems to be pretty much the leader going into this. Because if you notice, it's like she's the one going. But, am I doing that good?
No, I'm moving you over. Because I'm jumping in.
Interview for Lakers, Lakland 1, Tyler Turk.
You know, guys, it's very crowded in here, but you know what? I think we're having fun, aren't we, guys?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Here's another one.
And over.
Up.
Out of bounds, back to the Lakers. Can't really see who's going to be throwing it in bounds because they've disappeared.
And Newmore to inbound. Over to Turk. Turk brings it up. And foul. Nope.
Offensive.
Wow.
And Mercier's ball.
Yeah.
And Forney to inbound.
Off to
And
Steele.
back to Forney. Up. Ball pass up high to Shabazz. Drives in and ball off of Mercyhurst back to Lakeland.
Fielded by Scott Barlow out of bounds. Back into Tyra Turk up to
Lots
extra
of
pass.
Newmore. More up. Oh, could have been called for a travel there, but nope. Over to Upshaw, who puts up and
Picked off.
rebounded.
And quick up court. Over to Steele. Steele drives in.
No good.
No good. And still no
Rebound
good.
missed.
Rebounded by Primer.
Here comes Turk.
Over to Newmore. Drives in. Passes back to Upshaw, who
she
puts up a
goes.
shot.
Oh.
No good. Rebounded by Steele. Goes back to Forney. And
To Dolan.
Doolin.
Holds it.
Doolin with the ball. Dribbles over to Forney. Over to Steele, who lobs for three. No good. Rebounded by Lakeland. On the drive.
Here comes Stokes.
Up. No good, but comes back, and there's a two.
That is good. It is now 13-11. Lakers, Mercyhurst. And here we go.
And for three. Mercer for three. Nope. Rebounded by Lakeland. Three people in that one from Mercyhurst.
And that was one heck of a foul. It's like
A four-person tangle in the middle of the
on
court.
Turk. Yeah.
That is her first. Entering in for Lakers here for 30, Mercedes Hobbs. Entering the game,
Upshaw is currently
And Hobbs
taking a
enters
breather.
game again.
Yep.
And Turk gets the ball. Newmore, nope. Primer from short. Nope. Rebounded by...
I like seeing the extra passes from Lakeland. They
Yes.
need to be moving the ball around more if they want to get the open shot.
Here comes Forney.
Oh.
Straight to Dolan.
High pass. Back.
Dolan.
Going around. Go back to Forney over. And whistle on the play. Timeout.
Yep.
Timeout Mercyhurst.
Turn all the mics off.
Have you ever been to the park, been to the store? Have you ever been to the park, been to the store, been to the pool, and wondered, I wonder what the Lake Effect radio station has coming up next? Well, just check us out on Facebook at www.facebook.com/Lake Effect radio station, and you'll get updates on events, interviews, and so much more about our local DJs. Just sign up now, or else you'll miss out.
Back into the game, into the forecourt. Forney's got the ball, pass to the corner. Driving the baseline, up with it, and off the rim and out.
Rebounded by Mercyhurst, though. Nope. And
Takes a
Forney
three
from
from
D.
the back. Off the rim again.
Off the rim.
Chasing out of bounds, but
Forney.
getting the rebound is Forney. I'm not sure where that was to, but oh well.
And Forney again being guarded by Newmore. Over to... Oh, and pass around over to 3. Nope.
There's the
Rebounded by
rebound for
Primer.
Lakeland. Primer, right?
And there's Tyler Turk bringing up. Getting guarded with the field. Back over to Newmore. And fast pass, no good. But over to Primer, back out to Newmore for 3. Rebounded by Mercyhurst. Over by Perrin. Bring up to Forney. Over to Doolin. And there it
Big
is.
3. Bria Forney with another 3. Not sure how they're shooting today so far. 14-13 Mercyhurst as we move that down the court into the forecourt of the Lakers.
Primer back out to Newmore. Into Primer, who passes back, and 2. That one was Stokes. And Forney back on. And a foul. It'll be taken out. Foul on Turk. First foul. Molly Walsh comes back into the game for Lakeland. And Kashana Sampson comes back in for Mercyhurst. And and Henderson comes back in for Lakeland as well. Back over to Doolin, over to Turk. Right down underneath for Buckley.
Pass rejected.
Tyler
Back
Turk
down
taking
the
it up. Great break for Lakeland. Nope. No. Pass stolen. And now back over to Kashana Sampson, who brings it up. Henderson playing really good D right there. Back over to Fulov. And shot from deep. And it's Lakeland ball. Turk brings it back up. Over to Henderson. Henderson pass over to Tyra Turk. Over to Molly Walsh. Rebound Mercyhurst. No. They had it, and then Henderson got it back. Nope. Back over to Mercyhurst.
Henderson thought she was fouled on that play. But the refs didn't call that one.
No, Henderson could have. Looks like she might have taken the shot. Nope.
Traveling.
Traveling on Mercyhurst. Lakeland ball.
So it's the Lakers entering the game. The Lakers get number 4, Nicole Upshaw.
And Upshaw comes back into the game for Lakeland. Henderson back over to Upshaw. Back down to Hobbs. Puts up a shot. Underneath. Nope. And rebounded by Mercyhurst. Sampson brings it back up court for Mercyhurst. Pass in. Oh, and
Rejected by Henderson.
Stolen by Henderson. And Primer now gets the ball. Up.
Foul.
Foul.
Reach
In foul by Doolin.
Foul is on number 2, Amanda Doolin. I believe it's her first. Second foul. Correction. We need somebody keeping track of fouls up here.
And we're still new at this. We'll get there.
Now, this is our first broadcast, so bear with us as we go.
That's mine.
Lakers are in the bonus with 6 minutes left, or 7 minutes left in the first half.
7:17 left in the first half.
7 fouls on Mercyhurst, 3 fouls on Lakeland. 15-14 Lakeland with 7:17 left in the first half. They play halves in college.
With our limited knowledge of basketball.
Limited knowledge of basketball.
And Primer for her shot there. And nope. No good.
Split the free
Rebounded
throws.
by Mercyhurst.
16-14
Sampson bringing it back up. Upshaw dribbles around Hennessy and around Henderson And Upshaw. Nope, rebound by Sampson to Dolan. Puts up a 3. Rebounded, goes over. Oh, back to Mercyhurst. And pass going around to Sampson. Up top, Henderson. And now Perrin with the ball. Goes back over to Sampson. Over to Dolan. Underneath, foul. And it's foul on Primer. Or first. And Graves comes in for Lakeland. And back pass goes into Sampson. Underneath. And there's...
Wide open, too.
Yep. Primer got a little bit out of step there. And to Upshaw. Over to Henderson. On the near court. Henderson drives in. Puts up a crazy shot.
I wouldn't call that crazy. Just went off the top of the blackboard. That's all.
Yep. And rebound by Henderson.
Stolen by Henderson. Here we go.
Here's another fast break. Lakeland. Oh, that's hard. And charge taken.
Keisha trying to push the floor a little bit too much there.
Yep.
Seems like the referees like to call a lot of charging fouls, so it's at least 2 on the day.
Mm-hmm.
Both on Lakeland, I might add.
Yes. Sampson passes over to Dolan. Back around to Perrin, who drives in and no good. Primer with the rebound. And is that up and over to Forney, who drives in with an easy layup. Oh, Upshaw put that in. I'll be fine. Sampson being guarded by Stokes. Drive, Dolan. Pass goes into Gerard and over. Nope. Back around to Perrin, dribbling. Back over to Sampson, who passes in and charge call. Foul on Sampson.
There's the third charge call of the game. Hobbs inbounding the pass.
Yep, that would be Mercedes Hobbs inbounding. Forney comes back in for Mercyhurst. And full of, I believe.
Hobbs will be inbounding to Elena Stokes. Here we go. Down. Stokes bringing the ball up to the forecourt. Down to our left.
To Upshaw. Pass over to Ollie Walsh, who passes back to Upshaw for 2. Over the hoop, but rebounded by Graves and...
Shooting foul.
And
Graves is going to shoot 2 shots. With 4:41 left in the first half, it is 18-16 Lakeland. 5 fouls on Lakeland, 9 fouls on Mercyhurst.
Yes, 1 more, and Lakeland will be in the bonus.
Regardless. I'll explain that off here.
Okay. First one was good, by the way.
Both free throws are good. It is now 20-16 in favor of Lakeland. Back down to the forecourt comes Mercyhurst.
Pass over to Dolan. Back.
Almost.
Up Stokes almost
there
got
it.
it. There's
Primer
the
got it.
And Stokes driving up. And no.
It was rejected.
Rejected. Still trying to control it. And Stokes gets the ball before it can go back to the backcourt.
Pass tipped in the air.
Ollie Walsh to Hobbs. Fight on the
Fighting
floor for it. Nope.
That's
And
Mercyhurst.
controlled by Mercyhurst. And Forney brings back up. Over to Dolan. Back over to Forney for 3. That's no good. But Mercyhurst controls the rebound. And inbound. Yep. There it is. That was really done by Gerard. It was a very nice little pass there for the and ball stolen by Mercyhurst. And Dullen from deep. No good. Rebounded by Forney and a foul on Stokes, I believe.
That was definitely a shooting foul. She shot. This ball was let go.
Yep, 2 shots for Mercyhurst and timeout.
Timeout called by Lakeland with 3:27 left in the half.
Hey, this is Ian from Chill, and you're listening to Lake Effect Radio. Have you ever been to the park, been to the store, been to the pub, and I wonder what the Lake Effect radio station has coming up next? Well, just check us out on Facebook at www.facebook.com/Lake Effect radio station, and you'll get updates on events, interviews, and so much more about our local DJs. Just sign up now, or else you'll miss out. Hey, this is Ian from Chill, and you're listening to Lake Effect Radio.
It's a local music spotlight on Lake Effect Radio. Good night tonight, on my feet again.
Just as making my hands quiver. Oh, Dad, please take me, make me fair. And to their surprise.
And we're back from the brief commercial break. Hope you guys like listening to our little promotional items we prepared before we came here, right, Tom?
Exactly. All right. And just to recap, 3:27 left to go in the first period. It is Lakeland Lakers 20 and Mercyhurst 18.
We want to make it clear that the music you hear in the background is actually coming from down on the court, not us.
Yes. And Fournier to put up the first one, and no good.
In and out. This one was halfway down before it came right back out.
And second shot goes up, and good.
Made the second one.
Primer comes back in. Over to Stokes, back over to Graves, who passes over to Hobbs, and it's stolen by Mercyhurst. Over to the
Lakers got to cut down on their turnovers, man.
Absolutely. Forney up inside to and there it is. Gerard with another easy 2 from the box, and pass over to Upshaw, getting surrounded. And somehow got around all of that. And Graves with the ball, dribbling around, back over to Stokes. Passes back to Upshaw. Drives in, and that looked like a modified pass there. Graves, 3 on the clock, 2, and jump ball. Possession awarded to Mercyhurst. And Tierra Martin comes in. And Forney bring it up to the forecourt. Oh, Stokes to the poke. Fast up, and there it goes. Up over to Upshaw. Puts it up. No good. Up. Upshaw gets it back on it. No. Forney has the ball for Mercyhurst and comes away with it.
A wide
over
open
to Steele,
shot.
Who they call it offensive foul
on Mercyhurst.
Yep. Steele with that. Yep. Second on
Basically,
Steele.
if you're putting up the shot, you can't run over the defender.
Yep.
If the defender's feet are set, that's a charge. If it's not, it's a blocking foul. That would have been Mercyhurst basket with the free throw coming.
Upshaw drives in.
Almost a travel.
Stokes back over to Upshaw. Still behind 3-point line. To Stokes over to up. Oh, nice little shot up. Nope. Brought down by Mercyhurst. And another tie. Another jump ball.
Lakeland ball.
And that one goes to Lakeland. And here comes the inbound pass to Hobbs. Back over to Upshaw. Puts up a shot, no good. And try to be saved by Lakeland. Back goes to Mercyhurst. Forney brings it up over to Dolan. Goes back inside to Gerard. No good, but back up by Ross. Nope. Rebounded by Primer. And now Henderson brings it back up. Over to Upshaw. Bounce down. And that one is... Don't know who that one was to, Tim. I really don't.
I'm not quite sure who that one was to. But that's why I said before. They need to cut down on their turnovers so they're going to have a chance. They have dropped their last 3 straight against Mercyhurst Northeast.
Ooh.
We don't want to make it 4 straight, especially with the undefeated Lakers.
Yes.
5-0.
Mm-hmm.
They won a tournament last week, as a matter of fact, but I'm not quite sure what the tournament name was.
He goes up over to Ross. By Primer back out. Nope. Henderson gets knocked down. Oh, that's an open 3.
It was not a charge by any sense of the word.
But that one is brought down by Lakeland, and Henderson brings it back up. Oh, dribble around. No good. Henderson gets her own rebound, though. And brought in another jump. That one goes to Mercyhurst.
42.4 seconds left in the first half. We have a 21-20 affair. Mercyhurst leads right now. Mercyhurst is also bringing the ball back down to the forecourt, Tom.
Yep. And up, almost stolen away. Back over. Up from deep. And rebounded by Newmore.
One of the things I'm noticing about Mercyhurst, they love the three-pointer. I think that's about the 15th three-pointer they've taken. I think they've only made about 3 of them.
And ball goes back over to Lakeland Newmore. Primer under the... And there it is.
Basket and a 2.
Basket for Primer. Up and trap. Harrison gets the steal. Can't control it, though. Up. And no good.
No basket.
No basket. And that is the end of the first half.
Stop it, though.
And the Lakers currently lead 22 over Mercyhurst's 21.
No foul. They play 4 halves. I think it was a highly entertaining first half.
Oh yeah, definitely. The scoreboard. The scoreboard wouldn't necessarily say it, but it is still a close game.
Well, the scoreboard says Lakers are only up by 1 point. However, with Mercyhurst taking about 15,000 threes, it seems like they're not moving the ball around the way they need to be. They're not looking for the open man. Same with Lakeland. I don't see them moving. Then they try to pull back, wait for everybody else to come down. If you're me, if I'm a Lady Laker, I take the shot. But that's just me.
The one thing that you got to admit though is that when Mercyhurst sees Henderson with the ball in her hands, or any of their other shooters, including Steele, Stokes, any of them, they literally will flock around them, and that's actually a good defensive maneuver because they know once that person has that ball in their hand, they have a lot of possibilities to either making a 2-point, a 3-point, whatever.
If I'm the Lakers, then, if they're going to be guarding them, you got to be looking for someone like Primer down the middle. Primer's standing there, I would say, wide open 25% of the time. If they look for Primer's got a wide open layup.
Yeah.
But also, it's also noticeable that Primer has not exactly been playing down on the block as well as could possibly have been playing. Because there's been a lot of passes down into the lower post, and Primer is not doing as good as could be.
So the keys to the second half I'll be Mercyhurst here. For Mercyhurst, you got to stop taking the 3-pointer. If you're going to take a 3-pointer, make sure you're open. If you're not open, move the ball around a little more. You've got 5 players on the court, not 3. I see 3 main people taking the shot. Someone like Forney is always taking. I see Forney taking a corner 3 almost every time down.
Mm-hmm. Well, and all right. So along with that, if you're Lakeland, you have to look down low and stop the turnovers.
Exactly. You got to stop the turnovers. If my count is correct, Lakeland had about 10 turnovers in the first half. Mercyhurst only had 4. However, I am not a statistician. We need to get a statistician before long.
Yes, absolutely.
If that's not enough, both sides need to watch how many fouls they're getting, because it is starting to rack up. Yeah. I mean, just in the first 5 minutes, we saw at least how many fouls?
Yeah, exactly. And when Lakeland went into the bonus at 7 minutes and I think it was 17 seconds left in the first half, that means Lakeland's shooting foul shots for every foul, regardless whether it's a defensive foul, offensive foul. If I walk up and punch the referee, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're shooting for anything, regardless.
I hear you.
So the keys to the game for Lakeland: kill the turnovers, move the ball around, find Primer in the middle, if you ask me.
Mm-hmm. And if you're talking about Mercyhurst,
what are your keys for Mercyhurst, Tom?
If for Mercyhurst, you want to be able to get the ball down low, because they've been showing that they can get baskets down there, and then also cut down on your 3-point misses. If if you're wide open and you can make the shot, do it. Otherwise, keep the ball moving. You still have time on the clock in order to get that going.
Remember, we've got 30 seconds on the shot clock here. Move the ball around a little more if you have to. If you don't move the ball around, that doesn't win you ball games. Last I checked.
Yeah.
That's also what's also another thing they need to do is they need to watch where exactly they are, because all these fouls, if you've noticed, they are personal fouls and offensive fouls. No defensive fouls and very few out of bound ones. But it's mostly full contact fouls or personal fouls and offensive fouls. In other words, no matter which team you are, Mercyhurst or the Lakers, you need to understand. You need to have more awareness of your surroundings.
Exactly.
How many people are around you? Because if you collide with somebody, that means they can automatically take that layup you just did is gone.
I counted 4 charge fouls in the first half.
Yeah,
that's unheard of in really major games like a Duke game or North Carolina. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we should be comparing Lakeland and Mercyhurst to a Duke or a North Carolina.
Right.
But because we were only junior college, if they were to go on to an actual collegiate level like a North Carolina, a Duke, Ohio State even. I'll throw Ohio State and Rutgers in there.
We aren't the NCAA.
Right.
This is not the NCAA. I'm not sure if this is NAIA either.
This is NJCAA.
NJCAA.
National Junior College Athletic Association.
There you go.
Now looking at some game notes going into this game, Mercyhurst Northeast was 2-3. Lakeland was 5-0. Lakers, the leading points per game is actually Keisha Henderson with 11. We saw her pushing the ball down the court an awful lot. Yeah. They're always looking for her. That's the other thing. You don't need to pass to Keisha Henderson so much.
But you also still got to give it up to her being one of the smaller people on the team, and yet she's
not just on the team, on the court.
Yeah. On the court, and she's pretty much laying up fantastic shots. True, not a lot of them are connections, not a lot of them are 2 points, not a lot of them are 3 points. And she does better when she has to take those shots. It's like a little light. But overall, it's like she's fantastic. It's like how much she can handle.
And also, she's also doing very well defensively. We've seen a lot of times where she just gets tipped,
exactly,
passes, gets steals.
You go in, she goes in and gets her own rebound.
Yes.
I mean, you want a player that has that hustle. You don't want the couch potato like me and Jack and Tom just running and getting the rebound.
And that's the thing. She's doing what a really good athlete does. She's using her size and her speed to her advantage. They're looking at these bigger people. It's like, okay, who has the ball? Who has the ball? They're not noticing tiny little Henderson weaving in between them, getting her own rebounds and doing shot after shot after shot.
What really saddens me watching everything is how many times the ladies, both teams, have missed after they've gotten their own, after they've rebounded an offensive rebound. They put the ball right back up off the rim. They put the ball right back up, backboard. No, not even getting the rim.
Yeah. There's been a lot of times where, like second chance points are not very high in this game as of this point.
It goes like this: you take the shot, you make it, or you're not getting another shot at it. That's pretty much it right now.
And what's interesting though is that both teams do seem to do pretty well when they have to do the 2 shots from the line.
Yes.
Which is pretty good, but it's like if you want to win this, and looking at Mercyhurst, they are 2-3. That means they have lost 3 out of the 5 games they've played already. Now, if you want to try to reverse that, then you start thinking, okay, I need to do more towards, when I'm moving, try to at least get the ball in through the hoop. It's like not try to wait. And that's their problem, is they're waiting either waiting too long or they're doing the shots way too fast when they're not really set up for it. And so they're overcompensating. They're hitting the backboard, they're hitting it's like, okay, I need to pull back. So they hit the rim. They need to hit it just right. And that's also the same with the Lakers. They have the same problem. They rush too forward ahead, and it's off the backboard and off the rim.
Well then. All right, so what else are we going to talk about here? So we've already gotten the keys to the game. We talked about what needs to change. We talked about how well Keisha Anderson
so what we're
playing.
going to do now. Jack, who wins?
Who wins right now? It's looking more and more like the Lady Lakers are going to have an undefeated streak right now. Because this is their 6th game. They've already, it's like in their 5 previous games, have won. Now that's good. Now if Mercyhurst somehow pulls a rabbit out of their hat and they win this, it's like that. Then that's no big deal for the Lady Lakers, being 5-0 already. Now being 5-1, that's no big deal.
Tom.
Well, if we're going to talk about who's going to win, if Mercyhurst finds a way to get that ball inside to either Ross or Perrin,
Even Forney
or Gerard, any of their big time centers, they will outscore Lakeland. They cannot continue to shoot the 3 like this and win. If they continue like this, Lakeland will be 6-0.
Yeah. For me, going back to the keys to the game, if Lakeland could move the ball around and get inside with Primer, Lakeland's going to win. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Now that also means Primer's got to hit her shots, and she's got them.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
For Mercyhurst, if they can stop taking the 3, we wouldn't have any problems, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So, who's going to win? Lakeland by 3 points. I'm calling it right now.
Okay.
And what are the chances we're going overtime?
Ooh,
I think they're pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, seeing as how close this game is right now, I could definitely see.
I think we're going to overtime.
Let's just hope that the Lady Lakers don't get a little too cocky. I mean, you have an undefeated streak already, and you're already up 1 point in the game. The last thing you want to do is let that get in your head, and all of a sudden you're missing everything you're supposed to do.
So you don't win games in the first half. You win games in the second half.
Yes.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back live at Lakeland's Lake Effect Radio. First broadcast of the Lakers basketball games.
And here comes the inbounds over to Keisha Henderson. Over to Upshaw. And guarded closely by Sampson. Up over to Hobbs, back under to Henderson, who puts it up.
Now what's interesting is the first half is like Henderson has been dominating this game so far, using that size and speed of hers to her advantage, like moving in and out to get her own rebounds once or twice.
Up and Gerard underneath the basket with a 2. And Henderson back up court. Over to, down to Hobbs. Upshaw. Oh, and ball off. Kickball. And ball stays with Lakers.
And right now the score is 24-23. Lady Lakers. This has been a real interesting game. So far it's a close game.
I don't know why
Ball up
Primer
by
threw that
Primer.
shot up.
No good. Rebounded to Forney. Dribbles to close. Over to Sampson, who puts it up. And no good. Rebounded by Hobbs, who passes back to Henderson and brings it up
Hobbs
court.
got bumped in the back, but it wasn't called.
All right, Henderson setting a play. Over to Primer, who sets down low for Hobbs. Passes back out to Henderson. Over to Upshaw. Back over to Walsh. The 3, no good. And Mercyhurst gets that in. And Forney brings it back up court for Mercyhurst. And ball goes into
What
Gerard
a
again.
pass.
And Primer brings down the rebound. And Henderson. Miles Walsh, nope. Henderson drives back in, pulls, nope. Round goes back under, over to Upshaw, puts it up. No
Another
good.
air ball.
Air ball. Rebound by Mercyhurst. Forney taking up, puts up the shot, no good.
Mercyhurst has got to stop rushing the shot, guys.
And there's Henderson who brings it up. Dribble behind the back.
Oh, what a put up.
And that
Henderson.
was a beautiful play by Henderson.
26-23 in favor of Lakeland now.
Yes. All right. And Forney guarded by Henderson. Passes over to Fulov, who brings it over to Perrin. Passes way back over. Draw now under the basket. Backs out to Forney for 3. No good. Rebounded. Nope. Out of bounds. Ball goes to Lakeland. And Peyton Newmore enters the game for Lakeland. Henderson brings it up. And over to Hobbs. Henderson. Primer mishandles the ball a little bit. Back over to Newmore, who goes back to Henderson. Henderson passes over to Walsh for 3.
Got it.
Drained it.
Mercyhurst now's the ball, and they got a lot of points to make up.
And
Timeout.
Timeout, Mercyhurst.
I believe what we are seeing leaving right now was either Mercyhurst or the Lakers basketball team, men's basketball. I think it's Mercyhurst, though. You know, it was very nice to see the stadium filled, well, the stands filled tonight, guys.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It was filled to the point where I almost missed that last play because everybody else was getting up.
Well, we'll have that, unfortunately. Kyle, aren't you supposed to be doing a job? I get to say that on mic.
And inbounds goes to Fulov. Over to Sampson, back over to Forney. Passes around, goes under to Fulov. Perrin gets the ball under the court. Ball goes up, but no good. And Gerard gets the rebound and the putback. Very loud Mercyhurst fans chanting for defense.
That's actually the Mercyhurst team.
Yep, there we go. Up. Over to Newmore, who puts it up.
Another air ball.
Air ball.
They got to be choosing their shots
Perrin gets the
better.
rebound.
They need to pull back a little bit on that one, and here comes Mercyhurst.
Oh, Henderson got a little tip in there.
Oh, lost the handle. What?
The handle.
Henderson
Oh,
got stepped on.
Molly Walsh goes up for the fast break.
There we
There
go.
it is.
Fast break.
Beautiful fast break point. And Forney brings it up. Over to Sampson, who puts up for 3. No
Way
good.
downtown.
And Hobbs.
That
gets
was
the
almost
rebound.
from the
Away
T building.
Henderson, no look pass. Up goes over to Newmore. Walsh, deep. Oh, puts up. Nope. Hobbs
Rejected.
gets it. Newmore. Henderson over to
There's Primer.
Puts up.
Almost.
No good. Oh, ball
Oh,
went
good
off
try,
of Forney's
Henderson.
face. That looked like Forney was not expecting that pass. Yes.
Mercyhurst needs to wake up.
Oh, ball goes over to Perrin, who passes long court to Sampson, and
Foul.
on Newmore.
They really need to close this gap because they went from being behind by 1 point to now they're behind by 6.
Newmore's first foul of the game, and first team foul.
Dillon coming back into the game now. Inbounds the ball.
Inbound.
Quick put up and
No
off the front of the rim and out.
Primer
We got a
finds
jump
the
ball.
Jump ball.
I believe the ball is going to stay with Mercyhurst.
Yes. No, wait a minute.
Yes,
Yep. Okay. Just making sure.
you're allowed.
And ball inbounded to Forney. Being guarded by Walsh. Dribbles, goes over to Fulov, back around to Dullen. Long court to Forney for 3. No good.
Off the front of the rim and out.
Front of the rim. Gerard gets the rebound over to Dullen. Forney with the ball again. Nope. Dullen, nope. Forney open for 3 again. Still no good.
There we
Tip by
go.
Hobbs,
Tip drill.
who gives it
Here we go.
on the fast break goes Hobbs up and blocked
Out
by
of
Dullen.
bounds. Back to the Lakers. Substitution on the court.
That was a good hustle nonetheless because she had it and she was just not covered whatsoever.
Yes. Molly Walsh to inbound for Lakeland. Oh, long court pass. Back all the way up to Newmore. Passed over back to Henderson. Back to Newmore. Back to Henderson. Drives in, gives it up to Hobbs, who puts up and fouled by Dullen.
Shooting foul on Dumlin. I believe it's Dumlin.
Dullen.
Dulin. Sorry.
Dullen. To my Dullen.
That bad. I mean, if they had, if he had just passed while she was on, if they had made that shot while she was after getting the ball, that would have been fantastic.
Yes. Now Hobbs for a couple free throws. First one goes up and is in.
And one more.
We call that Morse code where I come from.
There we go. One more.
And another one going up for Hobbs. Off the
Missed
front
it.
of the rim. And rebounded by
Primer,
gets it,
rebound.
but gives it right
Good
back
try.
to Mercyhurst. Who gives back over to Forney. Over to Fulov. Back over to Dullen. Drops inside to Brinkley. Who Primer with the block.
Big rejection by Primer.
And out of bounds on Mercyhurst.
Yeah.
Lakeland ball.
That's what I'm saying. We got Primer in the middle. She's got to be doing something like that. That was one of our keys to the second half.
And now Henderson up court over to Newmore, who's open. Nope, does not take a shot. Back over to Henderson. To Newmore for 3. And
Another
it's
3.
in.
Wow.
And the Lakers now go up by 10, 35 to 25. Up and fast up court. Nope.
Own rebound.
Rebounded by Dullen. Over to Fulov, who puts up a shot. One shot. Primer with the rebound, excuse me.
Anderson with the ball now.
Anderson brings up. Up, Molly Walsh. Back down to.
Why is somebody listening?
And my mic was not on. Here it is. I've been saying some really good things about going on, and here it was. The mic was not on.
The mic wasn't even on?
Welcome to Cluster Radio, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's all just do a mic check right now. Okay.
Sounds good to me. This is why we need headphones.
So, Jack, was it not on?
It was not on.
Oh, my mic was probably picking you up.
Yeah. That's
Quick
why.
break.
Quick
Oh,
break.
yeah. What? Hold on.
Well, if you use the handle, like you hit on the ground and straight back up, like when did that? That's why I listen to travel songs. Yeah.
Hold on, what's going on, Kat?
Oh, I said you could just leave yours on and let it catch that place.
All right, and back to the game.
All right, here we go.
Molly Walsh.
And after what was a
inbounds for
phenomenal, it's like, a few minutes ago.
seven.
Oh, here we
And
go.
Newmore gets the pass back over to Henderson, back to Newmore. Who up
Stolen.
and stolen by
We might have a
Mercyhurst.
jump. Nope. No
Nope.
jump ball.
Drive goes back to Forney.
Here we go.
Oh, that was a wide open. And
I think there was a foul.
Yep. Now ball goes to Shantia Belgian. And Belgian gets 2 shots.
No, Mercyhurst up to this point has only scored about 4 points in the second half, guys. Maybe 5.
Now,
They were dying for some points,
and that one was way.
and they
short.
airballed the free throw. Got to pull up a little more.
Yep, and
Stokes coming back
comes
into the
in.
game.
Stokes comes in
For Newmore. No, I think it was Walsh
Steal.
coming off, actually. That was Walsh off.
Okay.
Oh,
Steal
Missed
and
both.
Bomber, no.
Lakeland ball.
Lakeland ball.
the sad thing about that air ball was the gap was wide enough to pull a car through. That's
Yeah.
how bad it was.
That happens,
There you
though.
go, Henderson.
Pushing way up, way
Oh.
quick.
There you go. Nice
we go.
pass.
There we go.
And a foul.
And one. Good play, Tara. No. What?
That was Alina Stokes with the put up.
No, that's,
I think the
that was Stokes. The announcer got that
yeah,
one
the
wrong.
announcer got that one wrong. We actually got that
She
one right
announced-
up in here.
Yeah, they announced the assist. They didn't announce the shot.
There we
And
go.
there
And
it
the
is.
end one. All right.
And one. And Forney brings up.
We're up
Over
13
steal.
now, boys.
Oh, yeah.
Back to Forney. Passes over
There
to
we go.
Belgian.
Oh,
Over to
nice try,
steal.
Anderson.
And Phillip
And
puts up
go-
a 3. No,
no.
good. And
And there
Newmore
goes
with the
Henderson.
rebound. Henderson picks up. And
Oops.
ball. Nope.
Ball was tipped in the air and stolen. And that
Oh,
That was
and
thrown
that one
right
was
out of bounds.
Yep, out of bounds on Mercyhurst. Ball goes back to Lakeland.
Belgon had no idea that was coming.
She almost went right into the table.
That would have been entertaining. Maybe a half a second.
More
Yep.
far court
There we
pass.
go with Stokes.
Stokes passes back to Anderson, top of the key. Steele trying to block the pass to Stokes. Goes back to Newmore. Down
To
to
Primer. Over.
Over to Stokes. And ball rebounded by Fulla of Mercyhurst. Goes back to Forney. Forney puts up to Belgin, who mishandles ball out of bounds.
That's the second time Belgon's
Yes.
mishandled the ball out.
The second
Belgin.
time within the past, about a minute at least.
They're going to take Belgon out of the game, I think. They're going to have to.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to put in Doolin again.
Stokes has the ball right now.
Stokes putting up. Guarded by Belgin.
Off to Henderson. Come on.
Oh,
Oh,
the ball up.
oh, grab it.
Backcourt
And
violation.
Backcourt violation.
Yep.
Yep, try to go a little too fancy, and ball went off her shoes.
Sure enough. They took off Belgon.
Yep, Belgin comes out.
I
So
didn't see
far
who
we've
went
seen-
in.
So
Dolan
far,
comes
we've
back in.
seen some pretty good handling going on both sides right now.
Yes. Now that's a very rare mishandled ball.
Yep.
And Steele
Right after
drives
Jack
back
says
in
that.
Oh.
We got a foul.
And foul.
Steele, 2 shots.
And foul on Primer. Her third, apparently. Steele with the first one up and good.
And Hobbs back in.
And Steele going in for the second one. Puts up and good as well. Makes both
Those are the
shots.
first points Mercyhurst to score in about 5 minutes.
Yes.
All right, here we go.
Long court pass to Newmore. Back down to Hobbs. Gives over to Graves. And
What a rejection.
What a rejection by Gerard there.
And almost hit the team photographer, too.
That might have been the play that Mercyhurst needed in order to get back in this game.
All right. Turk
Because
in for
they've
Henderson.
really
This-
been losing it since the beginning of this first half.
Oh, yeah.
And pass goes over to Stokes. Top of the court.
Off to Turk.
Over to Turk.
Come on.
And
Yeah,
you have a
that's
whistle.
that's holding. That's holding right there.
Foul on
Now, you
Mercyhurst.
think they would be on disadvantage because of the fact they don't have as many reserves as Mercyhurst does, but they seem to be doing pretty well.
Yes.
Up, here we go.
Newmore trying to make some space, gives over to Stokes, and ball stolen by.
That was on Hobbs.
Gerard.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Now, so far, this has actually been a very spectacular game. It's like between the two.
Yes.
And Mercyhurst really needs to close this gap if they really want to win this. There we go.
And back to Philip to Sampson for three. No good. Rebounded by Graves.
Settling back on the 3-pointers. That was one of our keys to the second half.
And here comes
Here
Turk.
comes Turk. Pass over to Newmore. Down under for Hobbs. Puts up the shot from down low. No good, but
Stepped on the line.
stepping on the line. Out of bounds, Lakeland. Ball goes to Mercyhurst. Ross comes in for Gerard of Mercyhurst.
Oh, good try.
Oh. Nope, and poked away. There goes Stokes with the ball. Fast break for Lakeland. Post up for Turk.
And one.
nice.
And one for Turk. Foul on Steele. That is her third.
It is now 40-27 Lady Lakers. And
10:33 left in the second half.
And Turk puts up the end one. And in and out.
That was close. There we go.
Sampson long court. Back over to Steele.
Pushing in the court quick now.
Dolan for three.
Got it.
Oh, for three. There it is.
One of the very few times that's actually worked out for Mercyhurst.
Lakeland needs to slow the game down a little bit. There you go.
There it is. Graves puts it up.
Martin puts it in again.
Here we go. Now we're seeing a
That
ball
was Jared
game.
Martin. Sorry. Oh, Ross underneath
up.
Mercyhurst. No
No.
good. Rebounded by
There we go.
Upshaw.
Upshaw taking in to Henderson. Ooh.
Henderson gives it up for Upshaw. Over to Martin, who drops steps.
Whoops.
Oh.
No good. Throws. Oh,
Nice try.
Upshaw tries to
But
get the ball
threw it
on
right
the
to
cross.
Ross.
Yep. And Steele far court. Oh, No foul called there.
No foul,
Still
and there was a
foul
lot of
just
air
come.
between that ball and the rim.
Yeah. Primer comes back in for Mercyhurst. Primer comes back in for Lakeland, sorry. And Gerard comes back in
and
for
Martin
Mercyhurst.
goes to set.
All right.
Steele with the ball for three. High
That was a
arc, no
rainbow of
good.
a three-pointer.
Yep.
Oh,
And-
yeah. There we go.
And
There's,
Sampson with the long court pass back over to Dolan.
oh, and it's
We're
out.
out of bounds.
Out of
Almost got
bounds.
the speaker.
Oh, yeah. Actually seem to be doing pretty good.
Yes. Nope, Henderson inbounds for Turk. Over
Back to Henderson. Pushing the
There
court
we go.
now.
Pushing court again.
The Hobbs. Come on.
Oh, back over to Henderson. Nope,
Oops.
Upshaw, no good.
Henderson.
And Henderson gets back up, takes back up court. There's a nope, no look.
Oh.
Tried to go with no look pass, did not work
Oh.
there. Oh, and
by the
Mercyhurst
skin
with
of
the
the
ball
teeth they
again,
got
but
one.
trying to push.
There we go.
There's the push and foul on Lakeland.
I believe that was on Henderson.
Yes.
Probably.
No,
Well-
foul on Turk there.
Not bad. That was not bad. It's like, I have to admit, it's like, Ross did do a pretty good save on that. A little bit better than what Turk and, it's like, and it's again, the others have done. It's like by making sure they keep the ball in bounds. There we go.
Nope, Sampson with the ball. Back over to Steele. Oh, to Dolan for three again. Still no good. Ball tipped up. And Henderson fighting. Hobbs comes away with it. Back to Henderson.
Come on, here comes Henderson.
And slow up court. Back over to Upshaw. Up to Turk. Oh, Turk driving in. Passes over to Primer
Mid-range.
from mid-range.
Oh.
No
In and
good.
out.
Upshaw was
There's the putback. No.
No good. And then Gerard comes away with a rebound for Mercyhurst.
That was a fantastic play.
Yes. Oh, Dolan dribble drive in. Out to Steele for three. Also no good, but rebound put back up by Shabazz. And Lakeland gets the rebound again. Henderson brings it up court. And driving in with the scoop.
Wow.
There we go. That is fantastic
That
shot
is
by
a
Henderson.
Beautiful shot by Henderson. And another timeout, Mercyhurst.
All right.
With 7:32 left in the second half, the Lakers have 44. Mercyhurst has 30.
Now, this is actually fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, so far, it's like we have actually seen, it's like almost as if they were listening to us at some point, because if you notice, the Lady Lakers have stepped up their game a lot.
Yes.
And so is Mercyhurst in a way to where they're not trying so hard to go for the three each and
Yes.
every time.
I feel like they've got a live feed of ours down there somewhere. At least the Lakers do.
Yep.
Because the Lakers are pushing it more. Like we said during half, we need to push the ball.
Yes.
And it's almost getting to the point to where it's not just it's Henderson not only the one doing the shot. It's also it's like you see Primer taking shots, you see Stokes taking shots, you see
Newmore has a
Upshaws.
couple threes already.
Yeah.
So
But I got to say, how many plays have we done that we haven't mentioned Henderson?
yes,
Very little.
there are very few
Yeah.
times. Henderson's been playing a lot so far.
She's averaging 11 points per game coming into this game. Now we can see why.
Yes.
And the same goes for Turk. It's like, both between her and Henderson, you have these very two tiny shot machines weaving in and out between the players and actually making these fantastic shots.
Yes.
Like you mentioned earlier, Mercyhurst has double the reserves that Lakeland does.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lakeland's up 14.
And
Yeah.
here we go back into the game.
And here we go.
Dolan back over to Forney. Dolan takes it from top of the court, back down to Forney. And covered by Henderson, back over to Dolan. Tries to throw inside Gerard and overshoots.
That's the second time that Gerard has lost the ball out of bounds in the last couple of minutes.
Well, that's the same
Actually, a
time
pass intended for
that
Gerard, I
pass
should say.
intended went over the head of Gerard.
And Henderson.
And
Oh.
Oops.
Underneath
Oh.
for Hobbs.
Between the legs.
That was a bad
Up.
pass.
Stepped on the line. Laker ball.
Yep.
That was a bad
Gerard
pass.
was-
to
Actually, they didn't
Hobbs.
step on the line. Their butt was on the line.
And here we go.
So I have to ask, is this your guys' first time to a Laker game?
Yeah.
Yes, actually it is. And
Deep.
Upshaw.
Look, yep.
back over to Henderson.
All right, here we go.
Trying to call a play out. And Upshaw comes back over. Oh,
Look for Primer in the high post. There you go.
Primer high court. Upshaw.
He got the
from
corner
deep.
three. Nope.
No
Off the
good.
back of the rim and out.
Rebound by Steele. No, Henderson gets the
Oh.
from Steele. Henderson's been look at Henderson go.
Twice.
Then she got frustrated and took the foul.
Oh goodness.
Oh,
Coach is yelling at her to calm down.
Don't
Oh,
worry,
man.
Henderson.
I'll tell you this much. It's like she really wanted that.
Yeah,
that
she wanted
rebound.
That was a spark plug
Oh, yeah.
type play right there from Henderson.
All right.
Now the rest of the Lady Lakers need to feed off that energy.
Forney back over to Dolan, over to Steele. Being guarded by Primer. Nope. Steele runs in.
In and out.
In and out. Henderson with the rebound. And Steele ripped that away.
Foul on Steele.
Foul on Steele. I believe that's Steele's fourth.
It's her fourth foul, guys.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And I do believe that's actually one more foul until she fouls out. I'm not.
That's what we got to find out if it's 5 or 6 fouls.
I'm pretty sure in college it's 5. So. And
Travel on Henderson.
Traveling on Henderson. Ooh.
There we go.
Ball goes to Mercyhurst. And looks like Forney will be inbounding.
Lady Lakers with a 14-point lead on Mercyhurst.
There
There we
hasn't been a
go.
score in quite a bit.
Oh, yeah.
And Dolan gets the ball over to Steele. Back to Dolan for 3.
No good. Hobbs
Hobbs
has
with the
it.
rebound. Getting hounded by Gerard. And a timeout for Lady Lakers.
This has actually been coming out pretty good for the Lady Lakers. It's like they've actually stepped up their game a lot. It's like they're going more for moving the ball around. They're going more for. They're not going so much for like the 3-pointers.
Yeah,
like
they're not
The internet is for some becoming an uncontrollable compulsion.
is infected.
Spreading the infection at livestream.com/Lake Effect.
Effect Radio.
Maybe not religiously, but they're using it they're using it a lot. Like whenever they get the ball, they push it down the court quickly.
Yeah. And what's also great though is that we saw Steele do something we haven't seen her do a lot of, which is she's not going for the 3. She's actually going for maybe a 2, maybe a 1.
Yes.
Where most of the
The
time-
internet is for some becoming an uncontrollable compulsion.
Internet is infected.
Spreading the infection at livestream.com/Lake
And
Effect.
she's
I'm
doing
not
pretty
sure on
good
the
so
stats
far,
here.
yeah.
We definitely need a statistician in this place.
All right, Mercyhurst is coming back onto the court. And the Lady Lakers are coming back. There we go.
All right. And here we go. Henderson pushing back up court.
Here she
Over to
comes.
Upshaw.
And Upshaw
Gets
holding
picked.
him off Hobbs.
Primer's in low court, low post. Tries to get the ball to Primer. Gerard with the takeaway. Forney goes back to Dolan. Henderson with a jump trying to take that away. Nope. Parent in low.
Oh.
Shots no good. Gerard with the offensive rebound, no good again, but gets her own rebound, puts back up, and there it is. That's our first score in quite a bit of time here.
All right, here we go. Henderson's got the ball.
Henderson with the ball.
There we go.
Upshaw.
Come on, there's a
Goes-
few people wide open. Up to Hobbs.
Walsh deep for 3.
Oh,
No good. Rebounded by
Hobbs.
Upshaw. Hobbs passing back around to Henderson. Primer from deep, looking for Upshaw.
Upshaw. They're doing a really good job keeping the ball away from Mercyhurst.
Yes. Oh!
Oh!
40 with the
I spoke too
steal.
soon. Oh, here we go.
Henderson.
And there we go.
And 40 puts it back in.
Henderson.
Yep. Upshaw, back around to Hobbs. Pushing in, puts up a shot, and
There
it's
we go.
in.
Nice.
Beautiful jumper there from Mercedes Hobbs.
There we go. That's a fantastic shot.
And Dullen
There we go.
takes up court, over back to Forney. Up back under to Perrin, puts up the easy 2.
Nice.
And Henderson,
There we go.
Mercier's bench is getting really loud. Oh, Walsh going in.
Oh,
No good.
There we go. Mercyhurst.
It's just Forney dribble around Henderson. Back over to Dullen. Underneath for Perrin. Nope. Gerard puts up Primer with the rebound for Lakeland.
Been doing a pretty good job of not going to steal with the shots each and every time.
Right. They're trying to wait for the shot to see what happens. And Henderson.
no
by
good.
Forney.
Here we
She
go.
has an
Here we
easy
go.
breakaway.
Oh.
Upshaw.
And there's another
and
shot.
1 for Forney. Ooh, and it looks like Mercyhurst is on a run here. It's an 8-2 run by Mercyhurst.
Here we
A
go.
chance for another point here.
Doing a good job so far of closing this up.
And Forney puts up the 1. And it's
there
in.
we go.
Scores 46-39.
And now knocking it down to a 7-point deficit.
Yeah.
Oh.
And reach-in foul on Forney.
Yep. Doing a pretty good job so far because this actually started out, it's like with the Lady Lakers ahead. Now it's Mercyhurst. It's like trying to close that gap.
Mercyhurst is definitely closing the gap. As I said, they're now on a 9-2 run.
Anderson, there we go. There we go.
Over to Primer. Hobbs fighting in the low post, and ball off Mercyhurst, like the ball.
Actually handling this pretty damn good. There we go.
And Walsh inbounds. Long for Henderson, who gets it. Fulov trying to guard Henderson. Oh, Perrin with the steal, but throws it right out. That would have been a beautiful break for Mercyhurst.
It seems like things are been picking up.
Going
There we
long.
go.
There it is, Henderson. It looks like Mercyhurst is bringing in Fulov in order to guard Henderson, so that the inbounds passes are a lot harder on her.
Oh, hold on.
No,
Loose.
Ball on the ground. Ball on the ground.
Jump ball.
We have a jump. And ball goes Lakeland. No, right, ball goes to Mercyhurst. And Stokes comes in. Pierre Martin comes out.
Fulov looks to be hurt on the play.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
yep.
He helped off the court.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah.
Trainer comes out to check on him.
Didn't
check on her.
That fall she took, it's like trying to grab the ball from Hobbs. Didn't exactly look like it was all that pretty. So
Exactly. Oh, yeah, Fuller was definitely having a hard time trying to.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Mercyhurst having a group meeting. So's the Lady Lakers. Here we go. Mercyhurst at the ball.
Inbound to Dillon. Back over to Forney.
All right.
And pass goes back to Dillon. Oh, Stokes trying to. Nope.
Oh.
The Stokes got a hand. Nope.
And Polo is having a lot of trouble walking over there on the sideline for Mercyhurst.
Oh, yeah. Some tells me it's more along the knees.
Well, yeah, we've definitely got a knee there.
Yeah, that's definitely,
yeah.
definitely a knee injury. But now Forney taking
They're gonna-
2 shots.
Looks
And-
like Belgon's going to walk her out to the locker room.
Yep.
Hopefully they don't let this cause a psychological disadvantage for Mercyhurst because of
Absolutely.
their player just actually having to be helped out. There we go.
And ball goes back in.
46-40.
Oh, Stokes pass over to Hobbs. Back over to Henderson, who drives in. No good.
We're going to call that a pass.
Oh, nice.
We're going to call that a
That's
pass.
fine by me.
Stokes was right there to put it in.
2.
Oh, yeah. Didn't do any good. Oh.
Steele gets the pass back.
Oh.
No.
Foul on
Walsh.
Yeah, Walsh.
And that is Molly Walsh's 3rd. That is the 9th team foul for the Lakeland Lady Lakers.
It was a fantastic attempt, though.
Yes. And Gerard to shoot. And
First one
back
rims
rim.
out.
And second one goes in.
All right.
48-41 with 1:40 left in the game.
And Henderson.
There we go.
Fast dribble up court.
Whoa.
Oh,
That's
She got
that speed
whacked.
I was talking about.
Steele might have got a hand on in the face of Henderson there. And pass over to Molly Walsh. Hobbs down low. Oh, tip by Dolan.
Kickball.
Kickball on Mercyhurst.
Kickball on Perrin.
Fantastic pass that was going on right then and there.
Yep. Walsh to inbound. Run. There's Stokes back up.
No,
and
nice
in.
play.
There we go.
And Stokes
is
flexing
on a
her
roll
muscle
right now. Stokes has the last 2 baskets for Lakeland.
Yep.
Oh.
Oh,
Almost stolen
got a
for
hand in.
Henderson.
And Perrin with the ball back in, over to Steele. Steele passes over to Dullen for 3.
Oh, no good.
No good. Henderson.
We got a minute
Henderson
left in the
got
game,
him.
and Henderson.
Oh.
What? Hello.
Tony, I believe that's.
That was a straight up toss to the ground.
Yeah. And we are now under a minute, 55.9 seconds left in the game. Lakeland Lady Lakers lead 50-41.
There we go. Less than a minute in this game left. Anderson up for those shots.
And
First
shot
one's
up.
good.
First one's good for Henderson. And second shot for Henderson is no good. Primer, nope.
Over
Foul.
the foul on Primer was the foul on.
And
Looks like foul was on Garad.
yep.
Foul was on Primer.
All right.
This should be Primer's 4th foul of the game.
I believe so.
Ooh, it's on Primer.
And Gerard to shoot.
In and out.
Yeah, out it goes.
Ringed it, but it didn't go in.
And second one goes up and
Straight through.
Net.
All right.
Straight net. And we have a
Timeout, Lakeland.
Lakeland.
All right. So far, this has actually been a very good game. It's like it.
Imagine the opportunity to be the first in your family to earn a degree. Gain knowledge that changes your life forever. Learn with faculty who share a common goal.
I guess now would be a good
your
time to
success.
mention that I've asked
Experience
for
Lakeland
the head
Community
coach, Amanda
College.
Blazetic,
Apply your skills
and
to-
Kira Henderson to join us in the studio, or Keisha Henderson,
Henderson,
sorry,
yes.
to join us in the studio.
let's hope you don't
Actually,
get the name
press
wrong while
box
they're
after
up
the
here.
game.
Yes,
All right.
The head coach is definitely going to come. They're not sure if they're going to make Henderson available to us or not.
Okay then.
Yeah.
Because how many times have we said the name Henderson tonight? We should have had a counter on that.
Yeah. Yes, we like
On
just to
top
have
of
a
that,
counter
it's like-
on Henderson.
On top of that, it's like we also have to understand that Mercyhurst is right now. They played a good game, but then now we've had this problem where in the second half, Full Love has actually had to be pulled out of the game for an injury that occurred while
Yes.
trying to grab the ball.
And what has that done to their psyche? I mean, Full Love was only averaging 2.2 points a game.
And they were actually on a roll to where they could have closed the gap. Now the gap is a little big.
Yeah, it's bigger. Lakeland pulled out at first, and then there was a good run, and then once Full Love went down, Lakeland seemed to get the ball.
Get it going again.
Get more
Oh,
going.
yeah.
Get it going.
There we
And
go.
Stokes over to Walsh. Back around to Stokes. Stokes, dribble drive in. Goes in.
Oh!
And foul. Is that on Gerard or Dolan?
I think it's on Dolan.
Dolan? All right then.
I'm not
And
sure.
Perrin comes out for Mercyhurst.
2-2.
All right. There we go.
Shooting two.
It was on Dolan,
Stokes getting
Dolan. Okay.
getting a couple extra shots in.
I think.
Oh yeah, that's Stokes.
And Stokes up with one.
Oh.
In and out.
Here comes Hobbs.
Hobbs comes back in for Newmore.
All right. Here we
And ball
go.
goes back
Oh,
up.
no
Missed
good.
both shots to Stokes. And Sampson, pushing hard. Up goes. No good. Primer with the rebound. And gives it over to Hobbs. Hobbs dribbles up court. But does. And a foul.
And they're going to be fouling
There
to
we
stop
go.
the clock the rest of the way.
Yep.
Lakers have got to fake their foul shots. Put this
Yeah,
game
they
on
do.
ice.
They do.
Yes, Hobbs did not look very comfortable dribbling up court there. Definitely looking for someone else who could probably take maybe a little bit better of a foul shot. But Hobbs here for two shots.
Hobbs, the team's forward. All right, here we go.
And
Missed
back
it with a
row.
rebound to Primer.
Primer over, nope. Steele gets the rebound.
Primer was trying to get it away to somebody else.
There we go.
Steele dribbles fast up court over to Sampson. Deep three.
No.
No good.
Rebound.
Primer pushes it over
Between the
wall.
legs.
Out.
And out of bounds
9.4
on
seconds left in the game.
9.4 seconds. Newmore comes back in for Hobbs.
Timeout Mercyhurst.
And timeout Mercyhurst.
I don't think it's like Mercyhurst is going to be able to do anything after this.
No, they're definitely not going to win the game. I can tell you that much.
With 9 seconds left, they might as well just call it. They might as well just say, okay, we admit we're beat.
Well, they'll definitely put up a couple of shots, but
Yeah.
unless they get 3 threes in 10 seconds, this game is over.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yes, but all right, let's also ask this. If there was one person that they would want to take those 3-pointers, who would it be?
Oh, by the way, we were wondering what kind of fouls, how many fouls? Look at the scoreboard. 10 fouls on Lakers, but 9 on Mercyhurst.
Who would you have take the shot from Mercyhurst? I can't think of anybody who's really good but Mercyhurst to take the shot.
Yeah, like Steele has been taking a lot of threes, but not necessarily making very many of them.
And Gerard has actually been doing pretty good. It's like with the shots from the line. Because Bean is like not a faster player. She's actually slowing the game down to where she can actually get those shots in.
And the Lady Lakers need to play a zone on the last possession for Mercyhurst.
yeah.
This should be the
go.
last possession in the game for Mercyhurst.
And Sampson
There we go.
inbounds to Perrin, who takes a long three. No good
Off the back,
backboard.
and that's going to end
Stokes
it.
that will end the game.
Lakers 51, Mercyhurst 42. That is your final.
And that's a good job of Stokes actually helping run out the clock right there.
Yep.
Stay tuned for our post-game show where the head coach, Amanda Blazetic, will be joining us, and hopefully Keisha Henderson will be joining us as well.
Just a fantastic end to a fantastic game.
That was
Yes,
a very good
absolutely.
game, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
So, guys, what do we think?
Well, so far it's like it's been a pretty good game. It's like we've
Well,
seen.
the game's over. First one.
Okay. Well, the game's been pretty good. It's like as for its result of what happened, we saw it's like a lot of good plays from Stokes, from Turk, from Henderson, especially Henderson.
Yeah.
Primer doing a very fantastic job of helping set up some of those shots for them, as well as Walsh. It's like who's actually, even though she isn't doing a lot of good three-pointers, her attempts are actually helping set up. It's like for helping set up for those rebound shots that have actually helped put a lot of points on the board.
So, who's your player of the game? For me, it's got to be Henderson.
I would have to say Henderson, definitely. While Newmore had a few good threes to really push it through, Henderson is obviously the MVP of this game.
I have to say.
And it is also kind of tough when you also got to look at Turk and Stokes, who both have also are doing the exact same thing Henderson's doing, which is use your speed, use your size, get in between them, get as close to the basket as you can, and start putting them in.
Yes. All right. Are we going to go to a quick commercial? Or?
I'm not sure what we're going to do right now. Well, let's review our keys to the game from halftime.
Yes.
Okay?
All right.
We'll push the floor.
Yes.
Primer was helping them out more than she was. And she ended up with 4 fouls in the game. But to me, one of the keys to the game in halftime was Primer pushing it forward.
Right.
Now, for the guys' game, they got to do the same thing the women did. They got to push the floor as best as they can. They can't settle on the three-pointer. And I can't get tapped on the shoulder by Kyle Gresko.
Now what they need to do is they need to follow the exact same thing that the ladies did.
Yep, exactly.
Which is try not always go for the three-pointer. If you're able to make the three-pointer, take the shot. If you're not able to, do not attempt it. On top of that, you also got to make sure, know who the designated shooter is, which is what the ladies' game was doing. Every time the Henderson got the ball, you saw that crowd, that almost pack mentality. Circle around Henderson, close off the basket, close off anybody that you can pass to.
Hey guys, how we doing?
All right.
The post-game show is here.
Yes.
Here.
Hello.
Jack, put your microphone down.
All right.
Tom, grab a seat, guys. Thanks for joining us. We are welcoming to the broadcast booth. I'm going to butcher your name, Amanda. I'm sorry.
All right.
Is it Blazetic?
Blazetic.
Oh, I did get it right. And Keisha Henderson is joining us as well. Thanks for joining us tonight, Keisha. Tom, hand her your microphone. Bear with us. This is our first time we've ever done this. So, Keisha, I'm going to start with you. You were the name we were calling all night tonight up here. And it seemed like every time you guys were pushing the floor, you were the one putting up the shot. You were the one making the shots. Tell us about your performance tonight, how you felt you did tonight.
I feel that I did pretty good. Could have been better. I feel like my team came out and we got the job done. And we worked hard and we came out with a win.
I believe the final score was 50. I don't have any statistics with me, man. How do you think your team did tonight?
I think offensively we struggled a little bit, but all season long we've really concentrated on our defense, and we know that our defense is going to create the offense for us, and that even when we are struggling, that our offense will come. I think that we weathered the storm a little bit. We kind of got going in the second half, and it was overall, I mean, as it's been all season, a total team effort.
One of our keys that we came up with up here at halftime was to push the floor a little more. We only had a 1-point lead, I believe it was, at halftime, and we came out and Keisha, you were pushing the floor. All your teammates were pushing the floor, and that was one of our keys to the game. And I thought you guys did a really good job doing that. Tell us a little bit about the ball movement for tonight. It seemed like you guys were really pushing the floor in the second half, moving the ball around. I have to ask who the favorite person is for you to pass the ball to. I know it's an on-the-spot question, but
Nicole.
Nicole, okay. Now, do you know how many points Keisha had tonight?
I do not know how many points Keisha had.
Because we were looking at the stat sheet before the game. It says you're averaging about 11 points a game. I'd say you probably got 11 points again tonight. You definitely had a very good job tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I think we run the ball very well. We're a very good transition. I think that Keisha especially does a really good job. She gets her hands on a lot of passes. She's a very active kid, and she's tough to play against. I think that she needs to work on a little bit, finishing a little bit more. But there's no other. I don't think there's anybody else in our conference who can get to the basket the way that Keisha can. And that's just her talent, and I think that she does a really good job at it.
One of the plays that stuck out in my mind was when you were underneath the basket, and we were turning the camera down to the other end of the court, and all of a sudden you stole the ball underneath the basket, and you put up 2 shots. What was going through your mind when you saw the ball right in front of you like that?
Just to go for it.
Just go for it. Okay. Tom, you have any questions for these two?
Another one of the keys that we had during halftime was we noticed in the first half there were a lot of turnovers, and that you cut down on them. And how well do you think you did on the turnovers when it came to the second half?
I believe we did pretty well. We took her the ball more, and we got it done though.
I know for some reason our team always gets off to these terribly slow starts, and we always kind of have to come out of a hole. I think that down the line, I think we're getting better at it. But we definitely, one of our key emphasis for every game is to take care of the ball.
Yes.
And so hopefully we just continue to do that.
Yeah, and after the second half, we could definitely see the change where there were less turnovers, and there was a lot of pushing of the ball. There was a lot of, on your end, there were a lot of times where you got your hand on the ball just enough to tip it away so that one of your teammates could get it. And it definitely was a good game from that angle. So
thank you.
Thank you.
Well, we thank you guys for joining us up here tonight.
Thank you.
And are you guys going to be sticking around for the men's game?
Of course we are. We always support our
All
men.
right, cool.
Thank you.
All right, thank you guys for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Good game tonight.
Thank you.
Amanda, he was going to shake your hand too. That's okay.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
You guys have a good night.
Oh, you too.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back to Lake Effect Radio. We are currently in intermission between the women's game and the guys' game.
Hi.